O kia ora koutou katoa, no mai hara mai tēnei wā, o te kemo o Poi Uka. Great to have you along here for Grand Finals Day here, Championship Finals Day of the Premier Men's Intercity. And first game on the schedule today, we'll see, as you can see on the screen here, it is Ramblers taking on Hibiscus Coast. Great to have you along for it. Fantastic to have you here on Finals Day here at Pure Athletics Sports Stadium. Should be a good one as all these these 12 teams that were started in the competition have made their way to the finals weekend. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. Great to have you along for today's broadcast. And as we work our way into the beginning of this match, just underway in the start of this game, as we see it is the Mount Albert Ramblers taking on Hibiscus Coast. And if we're a quick look at Mount Albert Ramblers lineup for you, you can see on the screen the Oscar Clark leading off. Brock Evans hitting 2 today. Cole Evans will be hitting in the 3 spots. Lewis Gerard, he's hitting in the clean-up spot today. Bennett, Evans and Nola. Maddox Rice rounds out the batting order with Max Early. So a good lineup there for Ramblers as we're about to get underway in the bottom of the first innings here. No score in the top of the first innings as Hibiscus Coast make their way through that offensive part of their game. First pitch is down low and away. Let's set that defensive lineup for you now for Hibiscus Coast. A pretty good one too. They've had a good season and they've earned their right to be in the Intercity Premier Men's 2024 Finals weekend. Left to right in the outfield for Hibiscus Coast. Lachlan Walsh gets the start out there. Hayden Wahanui, the captain of the North Harbour NFC development side, he'll be starting at centre field. Tyler Job is at right field today for Hibiscus Coast. Third base hot corner is Roger Smith. Shortstop today, one of the international players on the roster. See this one laced to centre field. Will land in for Clark to get the lead-off single here in the bottom of the first innings. First international player defensively for the Hibiscus Coast will be at shortstop today, and that is Michael Palagoagan. Second baseman is George Young, the other international star out of Great Britain. First baseman is Oscar Clark, that's got the third international star. He's from Denmark. Behind the dish is Julius Diaz. We'll talk a bit about him shortly. But on the hill, doing the pitching, as we see, this pass ball allows Clark down to second base. Is Jaden Dowd getting the start. And that brings me a perfect time to bring in my commentary partner in this one, my good friend, Trevor Smith. Kia ora, Trev.
Afternoon, Chopper. Haven't we dreamed now? Too deep in the game, eh?
All good, all good. Trev,
yep, just catching up. Oh, there's a big one.
Going, and gone. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, it is Ramblers on a 2-run shot from Brock Evans that'll give them the lead in the ball game. Gee, these Ramblers hitters, when they get the ball in the middle of the bat, goes a long way, doesn't it, Trev?
Unquestionably, and it'll never stop because when you look at that batting order, as you said, the battery's strong.
It sure is indeed.
Cole Evans steps in now.
Yeah, he sure does. I mean, it just gets easier, really, when you think about it. Just the Black Sox captain, the bat next. Playing shortstop today is Cole. And first pitch to him will go foul out of play. Bottom of the first innings here, no runners on now, 2-0. Trev, just want to ask you a couple of things around Hibiscus Coast. New catcher, I haven't seen much of him this year, Julius Diaz. Tell us a bit about the catcher.
Julius, he's played in the outfield all season, Chopper. Bloody good outfielder. With the guys going to Club Nationals next week, they needed a second catcher. And Julius, Steve Mueller, as you're aware, normally fills in, but he's unavailable, so Julius has stepped up to the plate, as you might call it. He's caught one other game.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So an opportunity for Diaz behind the dish. I guess let's move on here. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Evans. The starting pitcher, left-handed Jaden Dowd. Tell us a little bit about him.
JD's been around a while. I think he lined up over at Ramblers at the start of the season and wasn't considered as a pitcher, but he was in the focusing under 23s a few years ago. Well, only last year or the year before. As obviously one of the 3 pitchers in the HBC team, you've got Leo, Burrito.
Hard hit ball popping down the right side. Long way to go for Job, but it'll bounce foul out of play. And that'll fill the count now as Evans comes back in. So it's fantastic to see the opportunity being given to these athletes, ones from born and bred, ones that are new to the game in New Zealand. But Hibiscus Coast, real nice homely landing spot for these athletes.
Yeah, it seems to attract them, and it's elevated them up into, well, their third North Harbour competition at the moment, sitting in behind Northcote. So, yeah, it's a spot they wouldn't have got to without these guys.
Hard hit ball straight back to Dow there. He's cool, calm and collected. He'll make that throw over to first base. So first out here on the bottom of the first innings. Trev, of course, this is the newly formed Intercity competition between the North Harbour and Auckland Association. Well, I guess, of course, also Pukekohe. They've got a team in the third division. So Franklin Association. How good to see an Intercity established this season?
It's excellent. You know, I think Auckland might be a little bit jealous of how North Harbour's competitions come along with them playing Prem ball. So it's great to have an Intercity. Shows each other's talents. I
think the thing also, Trev, is we see Lewis Gerard take another ball outside the zone. So 2 straight balls to him. 1 away here, bottom of the first innings. I guess it's an opportunity for the associations to work together, and that's the key, isn't it, Trev?
I think it's good for softball, no question, and good for the players to be exposed to this top level. Where else would you, HBC, come up against a team-studded Black Sox team, really?
You did right. And 1 ball and 2 balls and 1 strike the count here on Gerard now. This one fouls off, will come back. They'll level the count. And of course, Trevor, you're like a good club and association man. You've been down here all day, junior softball at Rosedale Park. How's it all going out there?
Oh, truly amazing. I'll tell you, I want to recap on the fast pitch series here last week.
Yeah.
You had all the top provinces here, all playing. Come Saturday, and all the juniors are playing. The park was just chocker.
You couldn't get a car park. You had to get an Uber just to get back into the park, didn't you?
Did.
Park that far away.
I had a couple of visitors. I had my sister up from Christchurch. I had some friends down from Ruakaka, and they were blown away how efficiently it runs and the friendly participation by everybody. You know, and softball's in good heart when you see it like that, and I hope it's operating that way through the rest of the country.
It sure is it indeed. A real buzz thing around the word of softball around the country at the moment. Great to see it live and kicking here at North Harbour. Full count now. Pitches down low, and Gerard will pick up a walk and head down to first base. Beautiful day here locally at Pure Athletic Sports Stadium, 22 degrees. It's reached already, heading for a high of 23. Cloudy conditions, looking for a bit of breeze. That might get up around about 2 or 3 p.m. today. 10 to 1 here local time at the moment. And to be honest with you, hardly a breath of wind in the sky. You can see the flags in the distance there.
Well, they're struggling to flutter, eh?
Yeah, I think it's a perfect conditions for finals softball. This one down low. Starts off the at-bat for Bradley Bennett. 1 away here. Designated runner comes out to run for Gerard at first base, Blake Wardrobe. And he's off and running on the pitch. And he will swipe second bag. Wardrobe, a clean set of heels on him, Trev.
The throw was just a wee bit astray. I think George did well to pick it up at second base there. The target's normally the shortstop taking that one.
You see the first baseman, if we get a shot of the first baseman at some stage, he's the normal starting catcher for this team. As Bennett continues. This one, slow roll at a Smith at third base.
Got it.
And that'll get the second out of the innings. We'll allow Wardrobe over to third on the plate. Jaden Dow will continue on the hill here. Warm, only 22 degrees with 60% humidity, so you can see a little warmth there for Dowd on the hill. He'll step back to continue this battle. This one fouls back. Reese Evans now. The oldest of the three Evans brothers. Brock playing second base today. Middle brother Cole playing shortstop. And Reese, he'll be at third base. Ground ball to shortstop. Over in time, yes it is. A fine play by Pelagowagan. That'll complete the bottom of the first innings. But it's not before Mount Albert Ramblers. They pile on 2 runs on a big long home run from Brock Evans. That'll do us through 1 complete. More action to come here live from Pure Athletic Sports Stadium on finals day of the 2024 Intercity Premier Men's Competition. Back soon. Welcome back to Aotearoa here as the wind just starting to flutter, just a little. In centre field, I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. Great to have you along here for finals day and the competition getting underway. It is Mount Albert Ramblers in the field taking on Hibiscus Coast. And as we get to the top of the second innings. And it'll be those that haven't had a chance to see a lot of Daniel Chapman this year, you'll be heartened to know he has started today's match. So second innings works for Daniel Chapman out there on the hill, number 10. Let's finish the rest of the fielding lineup for Ramblers for you. Max Early behind the dish will stay in the infield here. Third base, hot corner, Reese Evans, Cole Evans at shortstop, Brock Evans at 2. First baseman today is Lewis Gerard. This one just up top. And left to right in the outfield will be Bradley Bennett. Centre fielder is Maddox Rice, and right fielder is Oscar Clark. So that's the lineup for Mount Albert Ramblers defensively for you. Leading off here for Hibiscus Coast in the top of the second innings is the centre fielder, Hayden Wahanui. And Wahanui will pick up a walk and head on down to first base. Well, we get a chance to just have a look at the rest of that lineup for you for HBC. You can see Pelagowagan at the top of the order there. Smith, Diaz and Anderson. Wahanui leading off this innings. Tyler Job, the right fielder. Walsh at left field. Jaden Dow, the pitcher. And George Young rounds out the batting order for Hibiscus Coast. What do you think of the new graphics, Trev? Oh, sorry. Hold on, Chief. Let me turn your mic on. Yeah, what do you think?
I'm loving it. I hear the local president had a role in that.
She sure does, yeah, Amanda Rona.
She's done a great job.
Fantastic. We're providing those graphics, and I love the way that they do all the artwork and stuff and around it, and it's cool. That's what our game deserves, and it's great to have it out there. I hope you're enjoying the graphics and all the images we're bringing to you here from Pure Athletic Sports Stadium. Top of the second innings, Tyler Job here. Now looking to move Wahanui over, and that one comes through the inside, and it's a 1, 2, 3 innings, and it is indeed. 1, 2, 3 at bat, I should say. One away. Lachlan Walsh now will step in to go to work. The youngster. Tell us a bit about him, Trev.
Born and bred HBC boy, great progeny. Dad's a major player in the Div 3s.
I like how you say he's a major player.
Well, he's a big player. But no, Lockie's been growing up through the club, going down to the club nationals next week, so he's got a chance to stamp his mark on the game. He's getting a few opportunities in there.
It's great to see these young ones actually getting that opportunity though, Trev. Isn't it important?
Well, I think it's important to HBC. You know, as you said before, there's quite a few internationals amongst them. They've got to just grab their homegrown talent where they can. I just watched their reserve grade team play before, and there's some good young guys coming on there. They might be ready to step up in the Lockie role next year and consolidate the team.
I think the cool thing with that, Trev, is young Lachlan and the like, as he goes down on strikes, is it's an advertising banner for what the pathway is within the club, isn't it?
Totally, you know, and there's a lot of young. Look at the HBC uniforms coming in there now, right from 6-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah, the little youngster walking around the bottom of the stadium. We might try and get a shot of him at some stage. But it's cool, isn't it? You've got to provide the pathway. Guys have done a real good job with building the bottom end of the club as such, and now you've got this premier team that's doing really, really well this season. And, of course, earned the right to be in the Division 1 level of Intercity.
Which is an achievement in itself, Chopper. I'm interested to see how they face up down at the Club Nationals at Lower Hutt next week. They've got an achievable section down there.
Yeah. Hey, we got young Harry Common going to join the team to go down to Wellington for Hibiscus Coast. So
yes.
Another backup catcher for you.
Yep.
So coming out of the Northcote Club, so it's good to see them providing opportunities also for young athletes from other clubs. And over the top as Chapman puts an exclamation mark here. It's a lead-off walk to Wahanui in the bottom of the second innings, and then he strikes out the side. 3 in a row. If you wondered how he is going and how he's feeling, maybe that tells you a little bit about Daniel Chapman at the moment.
He is warming up.
Yeah, warming up indeed. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It is Mount Albert Ramblers leading 2 runs to 0. Welcome back to North Harbour Softball Association's premier ground here, Rosedale Ballpark on Auckland's North Shore. It is finals day in the Premier Men's competition, the Intercity, brand new, between the North Harbour Association in Auckland and also Franklin Associations. Great to have you along for it. We are through to the bottom of the second innings here between Mount Albert Ramblers and Hibiscus Coast. And what should be a good matchup. Ramblers got off to an early start in the bottom of the first innings with a 2-run home run to Brock Evans. It'll be Floyd Nola, Maddox Rice and Max Early. 1, 2, 3 here for the boys from Mount Albert against Hibiscus Coast. Trev, I know you're obviously a club man for Hibiscus Coast, but it's a good part actually, segue. HBC, Mount Albert Ramblers, what do you expect to see today?
I think we're here to see a good game.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's pretty stacked against HBC if you're up straight up and down. And this is a semi-final, and I was a bit surprised that HBC weren't starting their top lineup. Have they, with Leo Barretti, are they saving him for the final? Perhaps, an Oscar for the final.
Well, of course, those strategies and the game within the game are those things that are always interesting. Don't know. Did you see Trevor's boy there, Roger? Oh, we should call him a boy, really, should we?
Yeah.
But he's playing third bag today.
Yep.
And of course, they do have a couple of good players on the bench. Youngster out of Counties Manukau playing up here in North Harbour this season. Noah Stevens Togo, he's there. Stephen Mueller, as you mentioned, maybe just a little ginger. And Leo Barreto, the left-handed ace from Indonesia. Philippines, apologies. He is very, very good indeed. Oh, I see. Look, we're getting lunch delivered. Trev,
yeah.
how good is that?
Oh, just wonderful, isn't it?
Oh.
Hey, my beautiful little granddaughter.
Oh, fantastic.
She looks after her.
Hello, Karina.
Oh, good. You see the Northcote boys just walking past the booth. Of course, they'll be up at 2:30 today, taking on Auckland United. That should be a ding-dong battle as well. We see them going into the Club Nationals next week. Northcote and Auckland United ranked 3 and 4 nationally going into that tournament. So today's matchup between them, that'll be hard to pick the winner. Pretty hard indeed, don't you think, Trev?
I do. I was halfway through my sandwich.
You were like,
you
I
put
wanna
me
eat.
in the in the box seat
Fair
then.
enough.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Here's
Now,
your turn, Chopper.
Trevor, what's your granddaughter's name?
That's Victoria.
Thank you, Victoria, for the lunch roll. Brilliant. Well, you know what? Trevor and I are just going to turn the mics off and have lunch, right?
Well, you guys watch the game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, back to Northcote. Who have we got? Northcote are facing up to United.
Yeah, so it should be a really good matchup. If I look at those two rosters, to me they look even. They really do. And I as we mentioned, they're seeded 3 and 4 going into the Club Nationals. However, it could have been the other way around. It was that close between those two teams. So I'm expecting the next match to be a real good one. Northcote have got the wood over Auckland United a couple of times this season already. But, as you know, you build your program towards the end. And so it should be a good game.
I think so. Northcote have got some batters in amongst them. And
Lazy fly ball to right field. Job will take care of that. Quality at bat from Nola, though, deep into the count, wasn't he? Oh, look at that. She's bringing another one for our lady doing the switcher. How good. Oh, I tell you what, I know you can't have a favourite grandchild, but I know who my favourite is.
yep, you can have her as a favourite.
Fantastic.
Good Victoria.
Very good. Very good indeed. We're well looked after here at North Harbour. We're very appreciative of their hospitality. And of course, today's broadcast is brought to you by North Harbour Softball and all of their sponsors. And we're going to have a little piece about our sponsors as we go through today's matchups. It's really cool to have some new sponsors for North Harbour come on board. We already have a great family of sponsors, but it's always welcome to new ones, don't we?
They're not easy to find, and it comes from the heart, a lot of the sponsors. And but there's good feedback. There's a lot of softballers around, and if you keep promoting them, I, as one, always look to the sponsor of I've got something to do.
100%. Yep. Want to get insurance, and you'll see there's an insurance company, Rudolph Co. Let's give them a call. You want to get a plumber. I see Northside Plumbers, one of the sponsors here. Let's give them a call.
You talk about Rudolph. Here's a fact. His secretary, her daughter, is the White Sox catcher.
How good.
Kieran.
How good.
Jamie.
Wow. Oh, Hawani.
Hawani.
Yes, yeah.
There you go. A softball family in the insurance business.
There you go. Indeed. So it's great to have their sponsorship as we look across the outfit. There's a lot of them out there. Maddox Rice be looking to hit one of those sponsorship billboards if we can get it at the middle of the bats. As he awaits Jaden Dowd now, which is just outside. Good umpiring crew here today. Michael Lee behind the dish calling the balls and strikes, and the umpire chief here at North Harbour. It is Andy McManus. Full count now.
We haven't got Andy wired up today.
No, we
Chopper.
did wire up Michael behind the dish. We see that hard hit ball to shortstop. What a throw from Michael Pelligawagan. Fantastic play there. You can see the class of Pelligawagan at shortstop. Isn't he good, Trev?
Really good. He flexes. He can throw the ball from anywhere or any body position.
Yeah.
It's truly amazing. I'm sure the viewers can see.
This one's inside on the hands for the first strike to The catcher now for Ramblers, Max Early. There's Pelican on the screen. As this one fouls off, so in the hole here now.
We talk about Peliwagon and Leo Julius.
Yes.
They family watching in the Philippines, probably. They should be quite proud.
Well, yeah, welcome to today's broadcast. Great to have you along for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, they always give good feedback. Always appreciate seeing the action.
That's the cool thing too. The game obviously reaching around the country, and Jaden Dow, boy oh boy.
He's doing well.
He just kind of, he got in, got a drink of water, and he's come out back enthused here in the bottom of the second innings. No score for Mount Albert Ramblers. The score will remain 2-0. Top of the third coming up next. Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Pure Athletics Sports Stadium as we get underway in this competition in the top of the third innings. Hibiscus Coast taking on Mount Albert Ramblers. Joining me on the booth here, I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Choppers, Trevor Smith. Trev, I know we're only earlier through this match. Where do you see the opportunities for Hibiscus Coast to try and generate some runs?
Chappie seemed unsettled at the start. Have they changed?
Yeah, new pitching change here. Floyd Nola onto the hill, but let's talk about Hibiscus Coast. What's your thoughts? What's their best course of action?
Bat to ball, obviously the choice, and they started off well. They batted a few right at the start. Michael Peliwagon got a head off to right field, and I thought we're in business here, but the batting slowed down a lot since. I think Chappie got in his stride last innings with 3 strikeouts, but maybe with a change of pitcher this time. I'm not sure why they've changed, but maybe so HBC can get the bat to the ball.
Daniel Chapman, from I believe, is coming back from an injury, and so a couple of innings work here just to see how he feels going forward. Of course, they have on their roster a number of pitchers. Floyd Knoll, a very handy one. Tane Slaughter, of course, who I don't see on the roster today, but Nick Hayes I do, and of course we saw his prowess from Nick Hayes only just right here with Auckland picking up the victory in the NFC.
Yeah, he's still a powerhouse.
No, 3 balls.
And we need these guys for the Black Sox, seriously.
Yeah.
Pitching's what wins games.
Definitely a component of it for sure. As we see Palagawagan head down to first base. So a base runner on. Second time they've done that actually. They picked up a base runner. In the first innings, did they get a base runner, Trev?
Mike got a hit.
Yeah. So
a nice hit out to 9.
Yep, so they
right
got
field.
They
So
hit on board, and they got 2 walks, one in the first, one in the second. Sorry, a walk in the second and now a walk in the third. So they have put runners on base.
They have. And another great opportunity. This old fella here, he can lay a bunt. He's still got a bit of pace there. I think we've got an opportunity
you can't
here.
Call your son old fella, Trev. It's Roger Smith up the bat here.
Double.
And then tries to a little bit of a push a bunt option here.
I say it in a nice way, Chopper. It's good to see him still playing the game at his age.
Isn't
it?
It
It really is. Pity a few more were hanging in there a bit longer, eh? And I just see Charlie walk past, eh?
Yeah, well, let's get her on camera if we can.
I got her autograph earlier today.
I think we want to get that autograph now if we can, because...
Yep, 4-1 and 2.
And, well, I think she's gone a bit far here. Charlotte Graham, I think she's heading over to Diamond 2 because Roosters are playing. But, yeah, young Charlotte Graham just named in the White Sox. First time. She's come through the New Zealand representative program, but first time now to the senior team. So congratulations to North Harbour's Charlotte Graham. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Really is fantastic. There's a girl that's put the hard yards in and had the rewards from it. Yep. Well, Roger went down swinging, so it's up to Julius now. He managed to walk last time round, so...
Oh, there you go. They've got a walk in each innings, actually. Yeah, thank you, Trev. Forgot about Julius.
We need to advance that runner, though.
Palagawagan's still at first base. This one's up top. So 2 away here in the top of the third innings. Only a 2-run ball game between Ramblers and HBC.
2 runs is not a lot to catch, Chopper. And if these guys can just get a couple of hits in here, or load the bases, Julius sucks a wall. Ooh, I don't think that was the run to swing at, but anyway.
Ball 2, strike 1.
So yeah, we got the umpire. I'll turn the microphone on now, so we're all good. We can hear Michael Lee behind the dish. Ball 2, strike 1, the count now.
Hit.
And comes down the edge. So we'll level the count 2-2.
We've got Oscar on deck. I'm living in hope here, Chopper. Here we go.
This one.
Full house.
Full indeed. So an opportunity here. This one up top, and a well-earned walk for Diaz. Second one of the ball game for him. That'll push Palagawagan over to 2 now. So the best opportunity of the ball game so far for Hibiscus Coast, and they'll hand it over to their offensive ace. That's Oscar Anderson.
And Oscar, he's got the capability to land one over the fence. Not many weeks he doesn't do it. So this would be the prime opportunity.
Opportunity for Hibiscus Coast to take the lead here on the top of the third innings.
Do you want to put a little side wager on this one, Chopper?
Yeah, well, I'm always good for a little wager, Trev.
I'd be happy to part with $10 if he puts one over the fence.
Fair enough. That sounds good. All right. Well, if he hits it over the fence, $10 to you. And if he doesn't hit it over the fence...
Well, it looks like $10 to you.
Okay,
mate.
all right.
Oh.
It's a single up the middle,
It's
maybe.
a safety.
And it will be bobbled. Looking to score, though, Palagawagan. And he is cold on arrival. Just a little thought, trying to turn a squeezed single into a scoring play. That'll do us through the top of the third innings, and no score change, and Chopper looks like he might be $10 richer.
I think you are, Chopper. Buddy, I've got it too.
All good, Trev, all good. You keep it in your wallet. I'm sure we'll see each other in the beer garden later. We'll catch you all shortly. Of course, we head to the bottom of the third. Ramblers leading 2 runs to nil. Well, great to have you back, ladies and gentlemen. Just before we come back into the bottom of the third innings, just want to thank our new sponsors here for the Intercity. You can see Active Control, Rudolph & Co. Insurance Brokers. Thank you for your sponsorship. And Raranga Digital for your website design. Great to have them along on the board this year. Guardian Fences, Gorilla Ladders, fantastic. The New Brew, always good for a drop just around the corner here in Albany. Of course, Ballpark Broadcasting Sound Group. Thank you, Bob Leveloff. And Swift Construction and High. Thank you so much for supporting the broadcast as we get underway here in the bottom of the third innings, and Mount Abbott Ramblers looking to get off to a quick start. Well, the first batter will fly out at right field. So one away here in the bottom of the third. Mount Abbott Ramblers picked up 1 run. 1 run in the... Sorry, 2 runs, apologies, in the bottom of the first innings, and a 2-run home run from Brock Evans, who's up the bat now. Really happy about that sponsorship group that we just put up on the screen there, Trev. Really, as you mentioned, all of these things are great. We have a great band of volunteers, of course, across, not just here in North Harbour, but across the country. But to have the support of sponsors just makes everything a little bit easier, doesn't it?
It's all about money at the end of the day, isn't it? And a little bit of cash in the pocket helps in many ways.
Sure.
Survival's the big one.
Yeah.
Well, there's
sure
a good swinging K.
I tell you what, Jaden Dowd, after that first innings, a little bit gassed, I think, in that first innings, and got off to a rough start. Single and a 2-run home run. Then a long at bat against Cole Evans. He does get him out, though. Then a long at bat against Gerard, a walk. And you could just see him starting to fatigue. Having a bit of a break after the first and after the second, he's come at a new pitcher, hasn't he?
Well, I think he's settled in. He you know, you wonder what goes through a pitcher's head when you look at the lineup coming in front of you, and you might be a bit unsettled, but you've got to use your field a wee bit, and he's doing that too now. There you go.
Inside out swing, looking to go yard, and it will go yard by quite a considerable distance too. It is Cole Evans, puts an exclamation mark in here.
How does he do it, Chopper?
I don't know, but he's bloody good at it, that's for sure. 3 runs to nil now. Does Mount Abbott Ramblers lead.
You wouldn't want to put $10 on that each time.
Oh, you could have won your $10 back,
yeah,
Trev.
Could have.
Lewis Gerard up to bat now. 3 runs to nil, as you see Evans going into the dugout.
We just talked about JD getting on top of these batters and bang. But
Ball.
This one just missing outside, and I think the thing is about being aggressive with the strike zone. Of course, when you're aggressive with the strike zone, that can cause more opportunities for the batters to hit the ball, of course.
these guys can see it.
And you see a change-up's good on the outside edge. That'll level the count now, 1-1.
Yep, comes out.
And just a little bit of time as that home run ball comes in from centre field. I think you don't normally see that. Jaden now goes, I'll use that one.
Why would he want that one?
That one went a long way, buddy.
1-1.
And, you know, pitchers, they get a ball worked up the way
4-1,
they like
strike
it.
one.
As you see, 1-1 the count here. You go back to work against Gerard.
Ball.
Just up top.
Well, certainly the pitcher and catcher were keen on that one, but I'm not sure the umpire or the batter were. So she's a 50-50 call, that one.
50-50 call. This one pops up. First baseman Clark, Anderson, I should say, underneath it. And in the end, boy, athletically has to take the out.
Gee, he didn't make that easy, did he?
And that'll complete the innings here. I missed one on the scoreboard, apologies. So it is Cole Evans that keeps the wheel moving as such. Big home run to centre field. It pushes the margin 3 runs to nil as we will head away to the top of the 4th innings. Hibiscus Coast looking to get something going. We'll find out when we come back. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There's Ricky Early. He's going to come and join us if he can in the grand final match here today. That's scheduled for 4:30 today in the newly formed competition here. North Harbour and Auckland Brain Trusts got together and created the Premier Men's Intercity competition. Great to have you along for it here on Grand Finals weekend. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper, as we see Hibiscus Coast taking on Ramblers here in this semi-final matchup. The winner of this will play the winner of the 2:30 game, that is Northcote and Auckland United. Those two winners will go to the grand final at 4:30 p.m. here, right here at Pure Athletic Sports Stadium. This one will go foul out of the way.
Chinese or you play raw?
Got our umpire mic'd up for you. Might have just come popped into the middle of a conversation there, Trev. Well, we'll go back in now. Really great and gracious that the umpires allow us to be part of their world as it's such, Trev.
It is great. I hear quite a controversy or a discussion point now about the players being mic'd up. And do you think that's perhaps a step too far? Like they had
not a whole game. But I would think it would be quite cool too. But we'd have to do it two-way. So we'd mic them up. They'd have to be able to hear us.
Yes.
And yeah, do you like for an innings? Or a couple of at-bats while they're in the field. Yeah, just get a little insight of what it's like to play in this in these games. They're going to be quite cool. But we'll see.
It might be good to wire up Cole Evans to see what he's thinking when that ball's going over the fence.
Indeed. Yeah, no, it'd be very cool. So it's one of the options we're looking at as we see a hard hit ball to Cole Evans off the bat of Wahanui. The first out here in the top of the fourth innings.
Yeah.
See the little ones having fun in the stadium, and good on them too.
In their uniforms?
Yeah, they would have played their game earlier this morning. Now getting a chance to see the big boys and how they do it. Talking about the big boys, Tyler Job now. Tries a sneaky bunt. That'll go foul though.
Double. One.
I seen the cricket test the other day. They had the batter mic'd up. It was quite intriguing.
Yeah, I think that's part of broadcasting these days, trying to get little insights. And obviously we have like the dugout cam, so you can see what they're doing in there. It's all part of it, really. Part of just allowing the viewer to get, even if you're at the park, you're actually going to see more of the stuff through the broadcast. And as you can see there, these Mount Abbott Ramblers, that's what they do while their team is out to field. Nathan Nukunuku down the end, and there's Roger Smith, third baseman today, there for Hibiscus Coast, and he's always watching the game, so little insight of what's happening anyway.
He sounded quite, we couldn't hear it, but he looked vocal.
I could put that $10 he gave me as a bet that he's vocal, that's for sure. This one down low.
There's a bit of heat out there now, Chopper.
Yeah, well, that cloud is starting to burn off. Trev, I didn't really check the weather forecast. But no rain coming today?
None today.
Good, thank you.
Safe as.
All the cameras are out there with no bags on, so we want to make sure we're all good for the rest of the day. Of course, we'll be going to about 6:30 this evening, or 7 o'clock, with that grand final kicking off at 4:30. So the rest of your Saturday's sporting entertainment is organised. Of course, Ballpark Broadcasting, North Harbour Softball Association, and the channels to watch that on Facebook, and Ballpark Broadcasting NZ YouTube channel.
A bit nervous about Wellington next week, though, Chopper. Their forecast not looking too good.
Calm down, Trev. It's beautiful in Wellington. They say
I live there.
You can't beat Wellington on a fine day. There's just not too many of them.
Yeah. I must tell a story, Chopper. I lived in Southend born and bred.
Yeah.
Moved to Wellington in the mid-80s and thought Wellington was just the best place for weather ever.
Yeah.
And now I've moved to Auckland and I drift back there and I ask myself the question.
Ask myself the question. Why?
How did I get this so wrong?
Lachlan Walsh now, he's getting it right. He's out there competing here for Hibiscus Coast. One away in the top of the fourth innings. Job running at first. Pitches on the outside edge.
Yep. One down.
You can hear home plate umpire Lee. Yep, 2 strikes, 1 down. We could almost let him commentate, Trev.
We could sit back and eat our sandwiches, Chopper.
Peanut butter rolls. How delicious were they?
Good old Victoria. I'm sure her sister Penelope had something to do with that.
Beautiful. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Evans, the shortstop for the Ramblers. He's been good today defensively. Off and running on the pitch, and Evans will come again. Stone cold Steve Austin, even with the grunt and the groan from Trevor Smith. That'll be the third out here in the top of the fourth innings. And we'll be back with more action here live from Pure Athletic Sports Stadium on finals day. Semi-final action. Hibiscus Coast Ramblers. Ramblers leading 3-0.
To be the best, fight for what's never been done. Push past the pain. Reach beyond. Pain you feel today will be the strength you feel tomorrow. Someone has to be the best. Why not you?
Oh, the drums will bring us back. And I just want to take a bit of little time there to thank the Mount Ramblers group of sponsors that have joined us for the broadcast here this week, or these 3 weeks actually. You can see Active Electrical, Comms, Sal's Pizza. Boy, I wouldn't mind a Sal's Pizza right now. More room, BLT.
Oh, come on, you just
yes,
had the bun.
Of course, right. It's not as good as the peanut butter roll. Steve Jackson, Pitching Coaching Clinics, the Albert Eden Local Board, thank you to them. Grassroots Trust, JD and Val, thank you. And the Ice Tech chili bins, they're so good. Burger, Phil, Thompson Family, McCreany's, Cassidy Construction, Hey, Ray Hassler, Auto Haas, of course, for your collision repairs, and GDB Limited. Fantastic to have them along, and Synergy, of course. So thank you all of them for coming along and joining the broadcast here at the Intercity. It's our complete privilege to bring you the Intercity Premier Men's Competition as we march our way into the bottom of the 4th innings. Mount Albert Ramblers leading 3-0 at this point, and it'll be Bradley Bennett, Reece Evans, and Floyd Nola. 1, 2, 3 here for the boys from Mount Albert Ramblers. Trev, I know the season's not finished. You're actually at the pointy end. That's what you work your whole season towards for a Premier campaign. How have you felt about the Hibiscus Premier campaigns thus far?
I think they've done extremely well. Pretty new team, few foreigners in there. When I say a new team, the Filipino boys, but Oscar's second time round. George, second time round. Rogers hanging in there. I think their campaign's been up another level on last year for sure.
And Smith, for third base, will throw that one over for the first ounce. I do too. Trev, of course, get to admire all the teams here at North Harbour, and really like what Hibiscus Coast have done this season, and building their program. They will build it underneath it to support this program, and then as they do that, Trevor, I know that Hibiscus Coast will have more born and bred players in the Premier team, but it's a matter of providing
that pathway.
The pathway first, and then you can fill it, can't you? And you've done that. You've provided the pathway, and a good one at that.
I think a lot of respect goes to Leon, president of the club. He's got a long-term plan. Their committee got a long-term plan, developing players. That pathway, as you say, they're around for a long time.
They sure are indeed. As we see Reece Evans come in, and boy, that last pitch for the second strike was a curveball that just stuck it on the outside edge. Looked very, very good. Outside set from Diaz. This one just a little too much in the middle.
He got close to it.
Yeah,
but
Evans will drive it up for a single. It's one of those ones with Diaz. They've gone outside, then decided to stay in the well for the third pitch. Might have been more to cut back in on the inside, then finish him off outside afterwards. But albeit, in saying that, Reece Evans, an international hitter, tough to get out anyway.
Totally. I thought he was... JD's doing well with these batters. He's containing them.
He sure has.
Rather than controlling them.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Floyd Nolan now. Started as a designated player, now moved into the pitching role.
We talk about the men's softball, but HBC are very strong in the women too. They're right up there.
Yeah, they won it was called Division 1 last year. They won that last year.
They did.
Yeah.
And
a real firecracker catcher. Forget your name. There's a hard hit ball up the wall with Nola, and over the run
he's
by
overrun it.
Wahanui, and Ramblers will convert their 4th run of the ball game as Nola will slide in for a triple. You see Nola there getting congratulations from his head coach, Nathan Nukunuku. An outstanding young athlete is Floyd Nola, and he looks good out there. He's enjoying his softball, and you're having a good conversation with Roger at third base too.
Maybe Roger's just converting him. HBC, a good team, mate.
Well, it's good to see them enjoying themselves. We see we're going to change happening here.
Just for HBC, the 4th 54 replaced by 61.
So just coming in and out a little bit there for you, but I can tell you there is a change at first base. Oscar Anderson will come out of the game, and Stephen Mueller will come in. And I think that move potentially is to allow Oscar to warm up his pitching to come in relief. It is indeed. I see him just coming out of the back of the dugout now to go to the bullpen, and hard hit ball up the middle by Rice, and that'll convert another run for Ramblers as it's a stand-up double. 5 runs to 0 now. Of course, we saw Oscar get some pitching time with the North Harbour team at the NFC.
He's a man of many skills.
Must be. I was surprised.
Batting, fielding, pitching, catching.
Handy catcher, that's for sure.
He's got that arm on him that you never know where that ball's going to be. Keeps the base runners on their edge.
Yeah, it has indeed. And brings up the bat here, Max early.
Well, I think we may not have got it right the way that warm-up's going, Chopper.
Yeah, we'll have a little look at that in a second for you, Trev.
Yeah.
As we early tries to punch one off the hands, looking for no man's land. Here comes Rob. Rob's another single. Tyler Robb, what a running catch. And so with 2 away here, runner in scoring position for Mount Albert Ramblers. It'll bring up to bat here, the top of the shop, Oscar Clark. You can see the boys warming up. And there you can see there's Oscar Anderson warming up down the bullpen. In front of him, though, Leo Barreto. He's the ace. Haven't seen him on the hill yet, but his job is just to mind the pitcher. So
he's a spotter.
Like they're going to keep Barreto and make sure he's okay for club nationals, I guess. Ground ball to second base. They'll get the out, and that'll be the third one here in the bottom of the 4th innings. It's not before Mount Albert Ramblers, though. They pick up 2 runs. Professional hitting out of the side from Floyd Lola and Maddox Rice. The score now 5 runs to 0. Top of the 5th coming up next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There's Victoria. She gave us the bread roll sandwich earlier today. Thank you, Victoria. The granddaughter of my commentary partner today, Trevor Smith, joining us in the booth as we continue here in this matchup. We're in the top of the 5th innings. It is Mount Albert Ramblers leading 5 runs to 0 at this point, but an opportunity again here, Trevor Smith, for Hibiscus Coast to try and get themselves on the board. They got close, very, very close to scoring in the last innings.
Yeah, it was worth that gamble.
I think so.
Yep. Hey, the crowd been on their feet if he'd have scored.
Oh,
but
yeah.
There was a bit of a scratchy rumble at second base there. Take the opportunity.
Jaden Dowd now, well, lead off, starting pitcher. I think he might get relieved in the next innings. We'll find out. We're not the coach, as this one goes foul off the bat. And JD's a handy hitter in himself, isn't he?
He is a handy hitter. He's a big fella, and he can put bat to ball. He's been known to punch one over the fence.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. He was
He
actually on
did.
fire, wasn't it? For a period of a couple of weeks where I think he hit 2 or 3 home runs. He was, something was good in the kitchen at that time. Oh, pitch is good on the inside edge, and it's a punch outs. Got Michael Lee behind the dish. And Dowd will go down on strikes.
You see, that's the difference, Chopper, isn't it? Our guys can bat one week and they're spasmodic. Cole Evans comes up. He does it every time.
You missed the show, man. You got to turn around for those. Yeah. Okay.
Michael Lee's like, you missed it. Got to turn around and I do the hoo-ha. It's good to see the umpires enjoying themselves too. First pitch is right down Main Street to George Young. Strikeout victim back in the 3rd innings was Young. This one comes through, so straight at him as Floyd Nola continues in his 2nd innings of relief work here.
Ball.
This one just misses the top of the zone. Max Healy behind the dish is like, ooh, that must have been close.
Ball 1, strike 2.
I found out the reason why the iPad was going flat. Someone had pulled the cable out. And if I remember correctly, my oldest son was in here earlier today, Trev, so no doubt he just commandeered the power cable.
No doubt on that one. He was pretty much under control when he was here.
This one fouls back.
You've taught him well, Chopper.
You always want your kids to keep you on your toes, don't you?
You do, and they do.
Yes, indeed. Wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest with you, Trev.
No. Well, I see your daughter playing for North Harbour the other day,
Yeah.
Chopper. That was pretty exciting. They went to the final.
I think she really enjoyed herself as we
Yeah.
saw Young go down on strikes. Pelagoagan now will lead off, and it was fantastic to see Madison back playing at North Harbour. Of course, she said hiatus when she moved to Otahu, and Otahu, let's not be mistaken, she's really enjoying her time at Otahu too, and Auckland, but an opportunity when Auckland dropped her to play for another association, and she took it with both arms, that's for sure.
That's a safety.
Pelagoagan's been good. 2nd hit of the ball game for the shortstop from Hibiscus Coast. He really knows how to put it together, doesn't he, Trev?
He does. He's consistent as.
Well, looking
Well,
at
you can say he's batting 1,000 now. Who's this batter? Roger Smith. Oh.
all right, $10.
Righto, $10. Well, just for a safety, this
Yeah,
one, eh?
yep,
That's
for a
I'm
safety.
not
Well, you know
not too
what?
ambitious.
I will make it even easier for you, Trev.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Hard hit ball almost goes yard. Boy, I was going to say if he goes yard, I'll triple it. But it would be the 3rd out, unfortunately, for Hibiscus Coast. And that'll do us through the top of the 5th innings. Bottom of the 5th coming up next. Let's see how many more $10
I
we
see
can get off
the
Trev.
I see the coach out here making his changes now. So
Yeah, bound to be. We'll find out when we come back in the bottom of the 5th innings what Hibiscus Coast do defensively. Back soon. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you along here. The Beer Garden's in full effect at North Harbour's Pure Athletic Sports Stadium. We are in finals day here of the 2024. It is the men's Intercity competition, newly formed competition between North Harbour and Auckland and the Franklin Softball Associations. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. Trevor Smith joining us in the booth for this one. Trevor, 5 runs to 0. Probably doesn't tell the complete tale of this game, but we're going to pitching change now with Oscar Anderson. How do you see this one playing out?
Well, it'd be interesting to see if he curtails the batters or controls the batter. As you said, he pitched for North Harbour the other week and done a great job. It's a good opportunity for Julius to catch to him, cementing another partnership.
There's 3 here, okay. 21 out, replaced by 77.
There you go, 21
34 out, replaced by 4. 88 out, replaced by 5.
So we'll try and bring those changes to you for Mount Over Ramblers. Nick Hayes will come into the game. Devon Carr's going to come into the game, and Ryan Early will come into the game. So as they come in, we'll try and announce them for you. It looks like Devon Carr will be the lead-off here in the top of the 5th innings. Of course, with the scoreline 5 runs to 0, Trev, an opportunity to bleed in those other players.
I think so. We're getting pretty late in the game and gives them the opportunity to stamp their own mark, play their way into that top 9, which is going to be pretty hard in Ramblers.
It is indeed. So it's bottom of the 5th innings here. First pitch to Carr is a strike right down the edge of the zone. Oscar Anderson, if we haven't seen him pitch before, Trevor, what type of pitcher is he?
Well, he's got good speed and a good style. He swings across the plate, so it... see that one?
1, 2. 4, 1, strike 2.
There you go, 1 ball and 2 strikes here, the count.
You know, it's a big job for a coach to just utilise his pitches in the right position or at the right time. You know, JD's done a great job in containing these batters up till now, and it was always going to be a big ask.
Yeah, big ask indeed, but you did right. JD put together a good passage of work. Would he have liked a couple of those pitches back, the one to Brock and Cole Evans? Sure he would have, but in general, I thought he actually had a pretty decent day.
I did. And backed up by a good field. There was probably just one wee glitch in the field, so yeah, HBC have acquitted themselves pretty well in the field. We won't talk about the batting side, will we? Or you've got to bat to score runs. They've had runners on, but just haven't been able to execute them or move them round.
So one of those other positional players coming into the game there, Ryan Early, now getting his opportunity.
The early name's pretty synonymous with the Ramblers chopper.
They are indeed. They bottom of the 5th innings here now. That production house for sure. Not great people, good athletes.
Yeah, see that.
Ooh.
Just to check the swing on the outside edge. Anderson, as you mentioned, velocity not too bad. He's got all the pitches, full count here. Catcher trying to pitch, and he can't quite get it in the zone, and so Early will pick up a walk and head down to first base.
DR to 1. DR to 1.
Hoi.
Yep,
Things are good for Nick Hayes. It'll be Nick Hayes as we see a DR for Early, and so Waldrope will run out at first base. Nick Hayes that'll come in the bat for Brock Evans. As we see them just going to the dugout, but yeah, new batter here.
Is Nick a batter?
He is.
We
right
know
now.
he's a pitcher.
There you go.
He is right now.
First pitch, rise ball to the screen. Waldrope can't go. I tell you what, if you'd asked me, does Nick Hayes bat right or left-handed, I couldn't tell you. I think this is the first at-bat I've ever seen him have.
Yeah, I think so.
One away here, top of the 5th innings. Sorry, bottom of the 5th innings, my apologies.
Andy, got a swing?
No swing. So 2 straight balls here. Hitters count for the
1-1.
hitting. 1-1. The count, apologies.
Yeah, he didn't want to lose him because we want to see what he does with the bat, Chopper.
Oh.
Ooh. This one misses the zone. Waldright will hit down to second base with a pass ball. Waldright at second base, ready to
Ball 2, strike 1.
get something going here. And over on Diamond 2, level off field in the 2nd division, it is Falcons taking on Roosters, Birkdale Falcons. This one comes through the zone, a good low lifter. So that'll even the count now.
Yeah.
Nick Hayes batting. Change of pace, can't tease him with it. So count now full.
Full here, full.
That's good. We'll just
Ball
try
3,
and lighten
strike
up
2.
that home plate camera for you. So Nick Hayes steps back in. Outside set by Diaz.
Got him,
And
yep.
gets him on the outside pitch for the 2nd out here of the innings. Well, now I can tell you I've seen Nick Hayes bat. Can't say it was memorable, but I can tell you I've seen
He
Nick
can
Hayes
swing.
bat. And the 3rd, so Bradley Bennett, sorry, he was hitting for Gerard. Bradley Bennett will now come in.
Beautiful pitch there. I think you're seeing Oscar, what he can do here, Chopper. He hasn't made it easy for
Lefty
these
to the
batters.
righty. Starting to find his groove a little. Bradley Bennett grounded out to 3rd base in his first 2 at-bats of the contest. Big swing on the outside pitch.
1-2. Ball 1, strike 2.
1-2 the count here.
Got him. There you go.
And a swing and a miss. We'll pick up the 3rd out here and not allow Manhattan Ramblers to add to their tally. So the pitching change works. Trev, you got to be happy with that?
Got to be happy. Coach Leon's got to be happy with that too. Good opportunity for Julius to see another pitcher.
Sure is indeed. Well, don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have all of the rest of the action here in Game 1 of the semi-final between HBC and Mount Albert Ramblers. Ramblers leading 5 runs to 0 at this point. Of course, coming up afterwards will be Northcote and AU. That one kicks off at 2:30 before the grand final at 4:30 p.m. Back soon with the top of the 6 innings.
Best travel advice comes from someone who's been there, done that, and knows how it feels. At House of Travel, we're travellers too.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you along here for finals day of the men's Intercity competition. The Manawatu Ramblers are leading 5-0 over Hibiscus Coast. It's been a good game so far. The Manawatu Ramblers, they kick it off with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first innings to Brock Evans, and then the brother Cole hits one himself, a single shot in the bottom of the third. They team up some hits from Nola and Rice to add another 2 in the bottom of the fourth. That gives us our scoreline at this point. We go into the top of the 6th innings, 5-0 at this point. HBC, though, they haven't rested today, Trevor, have they? They've really put runners on base pretty much every innings, almost scored in one of them. Game's not over till the game's over, right?
Game definitely not over. And here we are with Julius batting. He's managed 2 walks so far. Get him on, move him around.
Ball 2, strike 1.
I think HBC should be pleased with their effort and containing Ramblers to where they are at the moment, to be honest.
Ball 2, strike 1. As this will go foul, so we'll level the count now, 2-2. You did right. Julius gets on. You've got Oscar Anderson after him. Wahanui, Job. They're all capable batters, aren't they? And it feels like HBC just need to get their first run to get rolling offensively.
Yep. Well, there's no doubt. You get a run under your belt and all of a sudden the adrenaline pumps up and away you go.
This one pops up and will go foul. Nola, change of pace on the outside edge. That Diaz just kind of fouls off. Where's Diaz from? Trev?
Julius?
Yeah.
Filipino.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Same, not far from the other boys.
Right.
He was one of the unfortunate boys. He brought himself out here and worked for the ELE group. And he struggled a bit, but he looks as though he's getting in a pretty good position job-wise here. So he's here. He's a long-termer here.
No, he's going to become a resident too, like the other 2 boys, Michael and Leo.
Totally.
Good.
He's got some good goals in front of him. I've sat down with him a couple of times, and he's a long-termer.
Will we see their families come and join them at some stage, Trev?
That's their goal.
Yes.
Julius is a single guy.
Right. Okay. He won't be bringing over the wife then.
No, he's still looking properly, but I think he'd love to bring his parents here, to be honest.
Hard hit ball, Diaz, and ranging at centre field. Wow. Just look at that big smile on his face. Just keeps his feet out there. That was a gigantic effort by Maddox Rice.
I thought that was going. Chopper. It was a good, strong hit.
He's a happy camper. Right at the edge of the glove. Full noise. Good out. That'll bring up to bat here Oscar Anderson.
You know, I just told Oscar before the game, Chopper, his parents were out here for close on 3 weeks, and they had a good trip around, and Oscar was saying the best holiday they've ever had in their life.
Oh, awesome.
And they loved watching softball.
I tell you what, the Danish people, I had the pleasure of living there for a year. This one fouls off. I was only 18 at the time. I turned 18 while I was there, actually. And really lovely, very hospitable, genuine.
Yep.
And a beautiful country too. So
and they see the same here. You know, that's the feedback. They see the people friendly.
Do with another foot on the
Yep.
I might have an opportunity to send my son there this year or next year.
As a ball player.
To go and play in the off season.
Yep.
Haven't really had a serious talk to him about it, but.
Well, you got a plan for him that he doesn't know?
Yeah, well, no, he's taken up an electrical apprenticeship.
Oh, good boy.
And just started in that, and I spoke to his employer about possibility of pausing his apprenticeship while he goes overseas to play for a couple of months or so.
Yep.
He says, you can definitely do that. So I think right now, when you're a young man, you've got no responsibilities, i.e. dependents or anything like that. it's an opportune time to see the world and play the game.
It is. Well, you're furthering your softball career.
Yeah.
Young JP's a good ball player. He's playing Prem ball, and he's got good people around him here. Why not further that experience?
Indeed. So an opportunity, maybe Denmark. We've got a lot of good friends here. Czech Republic's another one in Europe, which is a real good landing spot for New Zealand athletes, and of course North America, Canada, and the US.
Yep, there's so many opportunities. See, Europe never used to be on the agenda softball-wise, but
no, they've really come up.
They have.
They have indeed. Oscar Anderson will pick up a walk. He'll head down to first base to bring up Hayden Wahanui now. So any of those teams in Europe or the United States or Canada looking for a sharp little shortstop who can hit the ball.
Is this an advertising?
Reach on out to Chopper. So hook you up. Of course, whoever wants to
I
pay.
see your phone ringing already, Chopper.
Who wants to pay all the airfares and put them up? And, no, I'm just joking. I'm sure we'll work out something. But we'll love to send my young fella away. Wahanui now. Of course, there's the option to play in Australia too, Trev. Their main season's in our winter.
It is, and
I
it's
did one
only
of those
across the ditch,
seasons
isn't it?
myself. So
Yep.
they're good people there, a lot of good friends. So
Yeah.
and it's close. You're right.
Yep.
Mind you, Copenhagen, Brisbane,
Oh, yeah.
Prague, Brisbane. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not pitting them off. Beautiful place, Europe, that's for sure. This one will go foul. Wahonui will come back and reset. So one runner on here, one away in the top of the 6th innings. Hibiscus Coast, as I mentioned, just looking to get their first run, Trev.
Oh, look.
1 and 2.
One on the board.
4-1, strike 2.
Harder ball, Wahanui trying to go yard, and it's deep. But just caught at the warning track in right field, and Anderson will retreat back to first base.
Time out.
Over the shoulder catch.
That's a pitch. It must feel good having good fielders out there as well, eh?
Oscar Clark at right field, a handy player. We saw his prowess in the NFC. Were you here that night? Auckland playing in the night game, and they were playing Canterbury in the semi-final. That's right, the NFC. And Oscar Clark comes to home plate, has to evade the catcher. Can't touch home plate as he evades it. Right, so slides past. The catcher's kind of like going to chase him. There's another runner on the base pass, and Oscar Clark goes, look at him, waving his finger. The catcher takes his eyes off. Well, 1 second, he sneaks in and touches home plate.
Brilliant. Psychology.
That was so entertaining. He then steps up later in the match and hits a 3-run double. So he had a heck of an NFC, did Oscar Clark. Playing right field today here for Ramblers.
I think we've got 2 odds. Yeah, we definitely have 2 temple runners. Yeah. No, there's a ball. Oh. Sorry? Yeah. Okay.
So a new batter in here, Trev. You're going to have to help me out who this is. Number 47. Hitting before Lockie. Oh, is that Tyler Gerbes? He's got a different shirt number.
No, it didn't look like Tyler.
No, I think we've got a new player in.
Oh, is that... No.
You pick up another player, Trev.
Oh, boy. We'll have to send a runner
for... this is Noah Stevens-Togo.
It is Noah.
Yeah, so he's got 59 on the scorecard, but he's actually wearing 47.
Yep.
There you go. So
now, that's a good young fella. You talk about bringing young guys up. I just saw him pitch in the reserve grade team for HBC, and he controlled ECB well.
Heck of a young athlete. Heck of a young athlete. Big future ahead for
young Noah, and it's good to see him getting the opportunity. I think he's going down the club nationals too.
So he should too.
Yep.
Swings over the top of the offering from Nola. And that'll put an exclamation mark in the top of the 6th innings. They'll leave another runner stranded. Well, HBC, can they find out? Can they find the news bulletin in this equation of Nathan Nukunuku's men at Ramblers? Bottom of the 6 coming up next. Ramblers leading 5-0.
I can't promise you that things will always go the way we want. But I can promise you one thing, that if we fight through the pain together, if we strive every day to make each other better, if we learn to communicate and never lose sight of that vision, then we will surprise people. So don't settle for being a good player. Don't settle for being a good team. Aspire to something greater, know in your heart that this team is special.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just come back. That good advert, Mizuno. Great to have their support for Softball New Zealand. And, of course, great to have you along here as we're in the finals weekend. First semi-final match-up today here between Hibiscus Coast and Mount Albert Ramblers. Bottom of the 6th innings. You can see Ramblers are leading the ball game at this point. And the winner of this game will go to the grand final at 4:30. And they'll be awaiting the winner of the next semi-final. That'll be Auckland United taking on the home side, Northcote. Ball just outside. I've got to check my scorecard with so many changes here. It's Reese Evans leading off for us in the bottom of the 6th innings. I'm going to say my scorecard looks like a 2-year-old's been writing it, Trev, if I'm being honest.
Don't look across at mine, mate. I thought you must have been copying.
This one, hard hit ball down to third base. Roger Smith has been good today.
Always solid.
So one away here. We'll bring up Floyd Nolan now. Mount Albert Ramblers has scored 5 runs for the first 4 innings, Trev, since the pitching change. No score so far.
Well, no runners on either. Is there?
Oh, just the one. I think a walk.
Oh,
issue.
walk.
That's
Might
right,
have been.
this,
You're right.
First innings.
Yep.
But other than that, been fairly tidy has Oscar Anderson. You can see on screen there the shortstop, Michael Pelligawagan. He's been good today defensively and especially offensively. Hasn't he, Trev?
Oh, he's superb. He just always amazes me.
2 hits of the day and a walk.
Spent the morning with him this morning trying to sort his driver's license out, Chopper.
Here we go. Here's Pelligawagan. Oh, no. The commentator curse.
It was a commentator curse.
Let's just say it was a bad hop.
It's a Rosedale hop.
No, we can't say, I don't like saying that because we've got really good grounds crew. You know, yeah. But either way.
That's part of a good ground crew.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
I remember years ago going to the States, Chopper, and it was when lime diamonds and skin diamonds were all the new rage, and was in South, and went to this groundsman in the States and said, give us a recipe for a good diamond. He said, tell me who's playing here and I'll give it to you. He said, if there's a bunting team here, we mound up home plate and make it roll foul. And I learned more from that conversation on how the groundsman puts a field into action to beat it. I thought that only happened in cricket, but it seems it happens in all sports.
All sports, indeed. Maddox Rice now. We'll step in. driven in a run today already as Rice. And off the pitching of Jaden Dowd. Oscar Anderson coming in relief in the 5th innings on the hill. You see Lachlan Walsh, the youngster for North Hibiscus Coast, really taking it all in, Trev.
He is. What?
This one pops up and Waldrope will go down to first base.
Was it dead ball? What
was
did I
just
miss there?
It was a rise ball that flew over the catcher, hit the backstop
Ball
and
2, strike 1.
ricocheted back in.
All right.
2 balls and 1 strike.
It's supposed to keep your eye on the ball, eh?
Look, Trev, you're doing so many things for softball, you can't do everything. This one inside. Tell you what you can do, though, after this game, let's get that scoreboard up in the outfield. Had it going for NFC. It's good enough, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, no one wants to get it going today.
I've lost faith in it,
Calm
Chopper.
down. Can't lose the faith. The Warriors are going to start their season soon. Got to keep the faith.
Yeah,
I
true,
mean, look,
true.
we've been keeping the faith with the Wires for so many years, and boy, oh boy, it's been tough to
Ball
keep
3,
the
strike
faith.
1.
And now we've got a team that's worth it, right? So same thing with the scoreboard. Keep the faith.
Keep my faith. Oh, you find me an operator, I'll get it set up.
Up the Wires. Really looking forward to seeing them. Of course, they had their pre-season game last week.
Ball 3,
Put
strike
together
2.
a good package against the Dolphins. Not too sure who they're playing this week in their warm-up. Full count here on Maddox Rice. This one to the outside. You want to put $10 that the Warriors will make top 8?
Oh, come on. Yeah, that's an easy $10.
Okay.
Gee whiz.
I'm just trying
Come
to get
on,
as many
Time's up.
tenors
Yeah,
out here.
get top 4. Top 4.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, Stacey Jones has come back with renewed energy, hasn't he?
Hasn't he?
He's full of faith. And
Yeah,
you've
sure is. And they're all
Roger-
looking good.
Roger Tuivasa,
He's back.
He's back. He's got a point to prove, hasn't he?
Yep. Tohu Harris, I like him. He's a leader, second ball carrier. Of course, Sean Johnson had the season of his life last year. Very unlucky not to win medallion medal.
Yep.
Max Early now with runners in the corners. An opportunity here with 1 out. And Ramblers to try and add to this 5-run lead. Of course, 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th innings will conclude the match early. Game kicked off, what time did we start? 12:30?
12:30. Yep.
Right, so I think we're actually pretty close to time anyway.
Yeah, we are.
So this could be the last innings no matter what.
Dead.
Dead ball. He called that nice and early, didn't he?
He did.
Dead ball.
That one off the
Dead
front
ball.
foot. They'll come back and reset, so that's just a strike. I like Michael Lee behind the dish. Trev, you can see he's confident, fair,
Dead ball,
communicates.
Oh,
Yeah, I
definitely.
was interested the other week when you had Andy mic'd up and his confidence and liaison with the players. Well, I think Andy
when you're hot.
we're in the same thing here.
Well, Northcote taking on Auckland United in the next match as we see Early go down on strikes here. First out. No, apologies, second out. If I got
Second
that
out,
correct.
yes.
Second out here in the bottom of the 6th innings. So HBC trying to get to the 7th. Northcote taking on Auckland United in the next semi-final.
Go.
Fly ball and
It's
Wahanui
taken.
will take it for the squeeze, the third out. And if we've got enough time, we'll get
Let's
another
go.
innings. And it sounds like it's the game indeed. And in Northcote, they'll put Pizzarona against Liam Twigden for Auckland United in the next match. So that should be a good one indeed. Trevor, obviously Mount Albert Ramblers win 5 runs to 0 here. Your thoughts on the match?
Oh, great game by HBC and by Ramblers. You know, they hit the ball. They earned their runs, Ramblers, but HBC didn't disgrace themselves, and the 5-0 score didn't really indicate the game. Seemed a lot closer than that. Chopper, HBC should be proud. Playing in the top section, making the semi-final, and executing them well, and I am pretty proud of their effort.
Going to come back to you for the Ballpark Broadcasting Player of the Match in a second, Trevor. Of course, Ramblers lead off with a 2-run home run of Brock Evans in the first innings to open their account. Then Cole Evans with a home run in the third. Bottom of the fourth innings, it was Floyd Nola and Maddox Rice that drive in a run apiece to give them their offensive numbers here today. Defensively, Daniel Chapman, he started the game for the first 2 innings. Floyd Nola came in to close out the remainder of the match. That's how Mount Albert Ramblers won it. Trevor, the Ballpark Broadcasting Player of the Match.
Well, can I be bold enough to put an HBC player
You
forward
can
for
put
that?
whoever you like, Trev.
Like I come from anywhere, and I'm going to go Michael Paliwagan. You know, you've talked about him throughout the game, both his batting and his fielding, and that's my pick. Paliwagan.
There you go. He was good for HBC.
It's just consistency that impresses me.
Well, there you
He's
go.
always there.
Unlike you to pick the losing side shortstop for the player of the match, but that's okay, Trev.
I got
That
a hard
is okay.
time a while ago. I picked the opposition player from the losing team.
All good. All good indeed. Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. It is Mount Albert Ramblers that'll win.
So where's your player of the day?
It's all good. Pelicawagan, the shortstop from HBC, is the Ballpark Broadcasting Player of the Match. Thank you, Trevor Smith, for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. Be sure to come back, starting in about 15 minutes' time, to be Northcote taking on Auckland United in the second semi-final to play Ramblers in the final at 4:30. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ka kite anō.